Hello. I would like to inform you that what you're about to listen to are the views and comments from the hosts and guests and only reflect their own views and not the community as a whole. I hope you enjoy the podcast. And Eddie, play that banter section.
So guess which idiot has COVID again?
Is it the guy that takes pictures of food?
Well, that's a lot. That's hell of a demographic you just covered.
Is it the guy that doesn't go to conventions, doesn't see people, and wears masks, but still caught COVID? Is it that guy?
Well, yes, and I feel very gaslit by that. I know I'm using it wrongly. But still, fuck you. Yeah.
It's great to be back on the show, Eddie.
Yeah. I don't know. Why do I keep getting you back? Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Thanks for the sympathy. I really could deal with that. Yeah. Cheers. Hello everybody, this is the Ed Talks About podcast, a weekly podcast talking about cosplay, Comic-Con, and everything else. I'm your host Eddie, and this week it's another unscripted podcast. That's right, I am that lazy, but I'm not lazy, and I'll explain what happened. Joining us on the podcast is Aisha of some anime blogging website, and Catherine of Kitty Cosplay 94. Welcome to you both.
Hello.
And that was take one. Start again, Eddie.
What do you mean start again? I ain't doing it again.
I should have what? Okay, first of all, I will give you a point for remembering my name. Well done.
Thank you.
2, you didn't remember the whole name, so let's do that again.
Also, Aisha kick-ass.
I mean, I do kick ass, but that's on PSN and Twitch. But
and your Instagram.
Huh?
That's on your Instagram.
Oh, Aisha _kicks_ass.
There we go. So I wasn't just blowing up my own ass. I can't find my phone. I've lost my phone. I have 2 phones on me and I've lost them both. What the fuck?
2 phones? Someone's a bit la-di-da.
Look, I'm a drug dealer. It's just easier for me to say that rather than explain the real reason behind it. It is just easier for me to do that. What was I going to say? Well, introduce yourself again, because clearly I've forgotten.
I'm Aisha from Aisha Anime. You'll see me at conventions, doing interviews with voice actors, chilling out with all the gamers, maybe entertaining some of the, lesser known people like that guy Food and Cosplay, but
Right, hang on a second. Hang on. I think I said Aisha from anime, blog.
No. You said Aisha of some anime blog. You were almost there. You added too many words.
I know. That's me doing lack of research, as always. Right, before my guest joined me with this unscripted podcast, as many people know about this unscripted. Right, so I actually do have a podcast ready to go, except that I don't have it ready to go. So
you're a liar.
No, it's recorded. I haven't had time to edit it. And the way I want to edit it, I want to do it in 2 folds. So hopefully after this episode, next week's episode, or depending on when you are, the following episode, it'll be another favorite cosplay photos that 3 photographers, including myself, will talk about photos. And I'm actually going to create a YouTube accompanied video for it, so that obviously if you're going to visually watch, if you're going to listen to 3 people talk about cosplay photos, you kind of want to see it. And just in case you haven't got time to go on the website and you got YouTube instead, I was going to create a YouTube video for it. So there you go. Fuck you. I have had a busy weekend, all right? I'm going to move along before I get into more trouble. So anyone unaccustomed to the unscripted, basically, we just talk about anything. It doesn't have to be cosplay related. It could be just things on our minds. These may be topics from me that I've had in my head that I thought, can it be a full-blown episode? Probably not. And it's just nice to just still talk about it, but just in a very condensed way. So as I brought these 2 together, I'll start first. But this is okay. I'm going to start with one that's really unnecessary. This is such an Eddie problem, but I still want to share it with the world. I want to tell people the proper etiquette when you're on the London Underground. More specifically, when the door opens, how you're supposed to behave. All right? So, kids, boys and girls, and all genders as well, or non-gendered, and all that. This is how it's supposed to go. When you are on the train platform, you stand to the side of the door, not in front of the door, not 50-50 in front of the door and then stand to the side of the door. You can be parallel to the train, but not in front of the train, front of the door. When you hear the words, please allow the passenger to get off first, do you know what that means? That means allow the passenger to get off first, right? Because if you allow the passenger to get off first, then that empty space that's created, you can then get on more freely and maybe find a seat. If you are trying to get on at the same time people get off, that doesn't work because you get bumped and get smacked into the fucking door frame, because I will push you into the door frame because I am that guy. And you will, honestly, I just do not understand the etiquette, the science behind why people don't get that. There are people I see who, when I'm on the train side and the door opens, there are 3 or 4 people who stand in front of me looking at me like I'm the idiot, like I don't know what to do, like I'm meant to go around them. It's like, no, you're the arsehole. You're the one that should go around me. You should stand to the side. I hate the underground only for this one moment in time. Everything else about the underground, I love. I love how convenient it is. I don't mind the pricing for it. I love that I don't have to drive. I can just sit or stand and do my own thing. The only bit I hate is both getting on and off the train because of the science that the train conductor tells you what to do, and yet people can't hear. People choose not to listen. People are fucking dumb. I hate the people who choose to ignore. I am also that person, and I will say this, and I don't care. This is my face, okay? Recognize this face. If you're in my way when I try to get off, I will push you back off the train so that I can get off and then go, thank you, and then carry on where I'm going.
Do you feel better now? Do you feel better now you've better that out?
No, because I know what I'm saying now will have no bearing to the world of the underground. Because tomorrow, when the next time I go onto a train, it will be all the same. No one will follow the etiquette of just standing to the side. And I go to Hong Kong every so often. There are lines on the platform that tell people how to queue, and it works. I don't know why the London Underground cannot. We're meant to be the most polite people on this planet. We're meant to be following instructions, yet we don't.
I'd like to interrupt you on that point. Victoria have started making marks on this circle and district line.
Okay.
So you kind of know where roughly the doors are going to reach, so you can stand around it. But I have to, add to that. Do you have people walking the right side to get in and out the tubes? Because every tube that I get into, people was a mismatch, and it's like Tetris trying to get through.
Yeah.
So my peril starts from there, let alone getting to the tube. God damn it!
Oh, you mean the stair? Oh my god! Right? Yeah. So, oh god, you're right. So, I believe if you're going, okay, so I get off at Tottenham Court Road, so it's always the left-hand side is the direction you're going. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. So if you need to go up, left, and if you're going down, it's the direction you're looking. So it's relative where you're looking. It's the left side of the stairs. But yeah, there are people who go, oh, there's an empty space there. I'll just go down that side. It's like, no, you do not understand the science of god damn it. So yeah, I do recognise there's an Eddie problem. I do know this is a non-issue, but it really bugs me every time I'm on the underground and I see this happening. But I am that bastard that will push people back off the train when I'm trying to get off.
No, I don't disagree with you, because I've been on a train tube before and people bashed into me, and I'm like, I'm trapped, I can't get out of my stop. What do you do? What do you say? A lot of the time, they're very angry, determined elderly folk, and they're like, we need to get on this tube. And it's like, well, let everyone off first. They are going to keep the door slightly open. But I can also confirm, I've been in rush hour in the Jubilee line, and they have special, on certain stops, they have special shield protectors. because where people fall onto the tracks and stuff like that. Now, if you don't get in that tube, like maybe 15 seconds before the doors shut, those shield protectors hit you.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite a dangerous game.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. It's like,
but people don't care.
No.
People are like out for themselves, and you're right. I mean, there's so many like reasons why they're doing it. Maybe they don't speak English. Maybe they're tourists. Maybe they don't have a clue. Maybe they're just looking out for their own guts, and they're like, "Oh, I'm old. If they don't hurry up and get out, I'll be left behind," kind of thing. I don't know. I wonder, Weddy. Sometimes I have a good day on the tube. Sometimes it's just like what you said.
Yeah, I could understand if the train came every like 10, 15 minutes.
They don't though.
The most you'd wait is probably 5 minutes on a good day. On a bad day, I can understand like 15 minutes. Yeah, it does happen on the underground every so often. But seriously, like a train comes every 1 or 2 minutes. Like, so every so often, I'll look at a packed train and go, I'll just wait. I'll wait for 3 minutes. Yeah, I'll wait 3 minutes. That is it. Sorry, Catherine, we've kind of left you out of all of this.
Do you use a tube? Do you feel our pain?
Oh no, I am totally enjoying you guys ranting about this. I don't live in London. I live up north, kind of. So I don't get to experience this as much. But like, I do get it on normal trains as well. I hate it when people stand in the way of when you're trying to get off the train and leave via like the left exit, and then standing in the left. Does that make sense? I don't explain it very well. And I'm like, I have to get through you. I don't like. I have this rule: if I become queen of the world, I will make everyone walk how they drive. So you walk on the left because you drive on the left. And to me, that makes sense. So if people are coming upstairs and they're walking on the left on the wrong way, I'm just like, move. Do you know how to drive a car? Then you know how to walk. You just don't deserve to be on this earth.
100%. Just
spot on.
Just want to. Anyway, I'm like, I don't understand how people just are so. Oh God, it really angers me. Anyway, Jesus Christ! Like I said, I know this is a non-issue. I don't want people to start mailing me, DMing me. What did I say? Mailing me? No one knows where I live. Don't want people to DM me to go, really, there's such a non-issue. It's like, I fucking know. Like,
I mean, I think deep down inside, someone's had that as an issue at some point in their life. But you get to a point where either you're retired, everything's chill, or you don't leave the house, and that's chill, or you are a rich motherfucker and you're getting Uber everywhere. It's true. You get to a point.
Yeah. No, true. Absolutely true. And like, oh God, it's just, why am I better quantify it even more? Because I'm assuming that if there was more of me out there, more people push people off the train first. People would be more courteous about going, do you know what? No, I'll stand to the side and let people on and off easy. And then there are people who do let people off and on the train. But I'm just, it doesn't happen often enough in my eyes, I think. Or it's those who really force themselves onto the train. I'm just going, like, could you not wait literally 5 seconds? So going back to Aisha's stair thing. So when I get to Tottenham Court Station, so I go up the left-hand side of the stairs, the right is clear, and I look at the person who decides to go up the right-hand side. Now, my only thought is that, okay, you can only make that beneficial if you zoom up those stairs, because I can understand if it's clear stairs and you need to get somewhere, you need to leg it. And if there's traffic in front of you on the stairs, yeah, you can't do that, so you use the right-hand side. And I watch that, I keep an eye on that person, they're going at the same rate as the traffic on the left. And I'm thinking, what was the point? You're not rushing anywhere. Why are you going to the right, potentially blocking people coming down the stairs? You are such a selfish bastard. Again, this is a non-issue, and I'm getting angry.
Let it out, Eddie. Let it out.
I feel like it's very British to get angry about this, though. Because, as you say, we expect better. Well, like, you have been trained to queue. Us British people love to queue. Why can't you queue correctly?
You have no idea how much I feel about... I was having this conversation with someone else. Like, oh God, I'm getting even more angry. When I look at like comics and sci-fi films and things like that, it always depicts such a majority of the time, or depending on probably the material I read, they predict not predict. Oh God, what can I say? They draw such a it's such a lovely utopia future where everyone's like looking after each other, caring for each other. They're one nation and they share resources and things like that. And yet I look at the world now and going, we are not even close to that type of ideology. It's like, what I know science fiction is fiction, but at some point that becomes reality, right? Or am I just being that ludicrously out of sorts type of thing? I don't know.
Yeah, I am so
What do you mean?
lost.
What do you mean? Sorry. I missed that. Like, what do you mean it becomes reality?
No, I am assuming because sci-fi has been out for so long, depicting this. That's the word I was thinking of. Depicting this future of like this one. Not saying this one nation. I'm not saying that we have borderless borders. We care for each other. We look after each other. We got universal health care. We say that maybe money's not a factor anymore. That money's not the driving force for our future, but being a better person. Things like that. That type of science fiction for me is the future I want to live in. And yet, I'm not, the people I look at around me, I'm going, motherfucker, we can't even behave at a football game at a men's match. At a football match, hang on, let me finish this bit. Boy, at a football men's match, you decide to have a fucking drink, decide to go rioting, destroy everything, and that's called football. What?
I was actually really worried at World Cup. I was like, if England get far, as in, because they didn't get knocked out straight away, I was like, oh, we're building up hope for England because when they lose, all hell was going to break loose. How many shops, how many pubs, how many streets are going to be wrecked once they lose? Because you're right. If we can't even act like civilized human beings at losing a football match where you kick a ball in the air, nothing life-changing, nothing to do with like capital punishment or euthanasia, just kicking a ball in the air, then I don't know. That world you're talking about is a myth.
I know, and
it's sad. It's sad to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, the world is a simple place. You grow food, you eat food, you need things to survive. I mean, humans have made it complicated by bringing in firearms and, disease and all sorts of things, messing with things they don't have to, but could benefit them, money-wise or power, etc., etc.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm being probably too idealistic, and people. I can't remember which wing I'm supposed to be on, but I don't know. I just like that. Anyway, this has gone so way off from being talking about of getting on and off a train to how I envisioned the world to be. But no, I do have these. No, but I had the exact same thought about the World Cup as well. It's like I thought, Jesus Christ! I did say this out loud. I said, I'm not saying I don't want to be unpatriotic. I am British born and all that. But me saying I don't want England to win wasn't because I hate England. It's the aftermath of winning it, because I can imagine the alcohol flow. We got to the final, and I saw the riots outside Wembley. People pushed their way into the final. I can only imagine if we won, what mayhem. Anyway, this is not a sports podcast. I don't ever want to do. I do like sports. I know people might be stunned to hear that, but just my blood boils. Go
I've
on.
got to say though that like sometimes, because me and Carl, we obviously go to Comic Cons a lot, and we don't understand football. We don't like sport, but football and comic conventions kind of have a lot of similarities in a way, in terms of the fact that it brings a lot of people together to celebrate one thing, and everyone gets really involved and really excited. And so I have to kind of like let people who like football off a little bit. But then it is that thing, like, why can't it just be calm? Why can't it just be, you lose, okay, you have a drink and you go home and you don't do anything about it. Yeah, people who cosplay, they go, oh, look at them weirdos going to a comic convention. And it's like, yeah, but you know what? I think I'll recycle my stuff after I'm done with it as well. And I think I'll go to bed afterwards and have a really good nap. What are you going to do? Get drunk and, like, punch someone? Yeah, I think I'll stick to the comic conventions. Thank you very much.
I don't know, Catherine. After London Comic Con, I've seen some wild nights of drinking with the cosplayers.
Maybe that's because I'm really old. And I would go, yeah, I'm going to go drinking. And I go, oh, no, it's 5 o'clock and I want to go home. I want to go to bed. My hip hurts.
I was going to say, leave me out of this because me drinking. No, I don't want to talk about that. So yeah.
And the best part is Eddie blames it on other people. He's like, no, they made me have 4 cocktails. I mixed all my drinks, and now I can't remember where I left my pants.
Yeah, woe is Eddie.
Whoa. I put an AirTag now in my pants. I know where they are all times.
Good shout, finally.
I haven't done that, so don't try to hijack me. What was I going to say next? I think I've exhausted talking about trains because it clearly went way off track. I'm gonna.
Nice pun.
Thank you. I know. Thank you. So I should do the next topic. What she wants to talk about. What she wants to express to the world.
Actually, following on from Eddie's, tube etiquette, I was going to do. Yeah, that was yours.
Yeah,
wasn't
it's fine. It's just like, oh god, there was a. How does that link? I have no idea.
So, following on from Eddie's topic, I'm going to be talking about bringing up etiquette in conventions. Similar to that, like you come to a convention. Now, a bunch of us have been doing this for however many years. Some of us are veterans, so we know how things roll. We know how things run. We know where the toilets are. We know where the cloakrooms are. We know where the car park is. All the basic necessities. Now, you think that's basic, right? But there's actually more basics that people kind of forget about. Outfits. Wearing the same outfit every day. Is that a yes or a no for you?
What? Do you mean like wearing the same cosplay like to a 3-day convention?
So hang on, just to put in context, Kath, it's like wearing Squirrel Girl 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
No.
No. And why is that?
Because
why is that, Catherine?
Humans sweat. I don't know.
Ding 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 ding.
But I will say, my Morty cosplay, I had 3 of the exact same t-shirts, 3 of the exact same trousers, in case I ever wanted to wear it 3 days in a row. So I'm not actually wearing the same cosplay 3 days in a row. I am wearing, but it is the same. It's just the exact same outfit 3 times because you can't watch it.
But technically you're not wearing the same outfit.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same cosplay, but fresh.
Yeah.
Like change.
Fresh.
So, but again, you've got the same reason for that. Unfortunately, if you store buy, like majority of the cosplays, they are made from like nylon and those kind of materials, just one drop of sweat, it's over, man.
Yeah.
You are smelling to high heaven of that body odor, which is completely normal. However, by the end of that first night, you want to be changing into a different outfit. And if you're staying in a hotel or you're sleeping on your mate's floor or whatever, that's not possible. And I think people forget about the thing called deodorant. It does help. It really does help. But the thing is, it's a combination of things. Shower, deodorant, same outfit if you must, or a different outfit, and you're good to go. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because sometimes people go partying, wake up the next day, they're late for the convention, they just go. But I think as a courtesy for yourself, because you feel good, you feel confident when you're fresh, but also courtesy to a photographer. There's people like Eddie out there who have to work with you, and they're going to be polite as fuck because they're like, yeah, you look great. Let me take that picture.
Yeah,
it's one of those things.
I will do unsponsored product placement right now because I have quite a bad sweating problem. Like, I had to go to the doctor about it, and he recommended me this product called Dryclor. It's like Driclor, Dryclor, and I call it Satan's piss because you put it on your armpits and it burns like a motherfucker.
Oh.
It burns so horribly, but you have to just deal with it for about 4 days. Use it for a week, and it's impossible for you to sweat for about a week as well. So if you use it every other day for about 2 or 3 weeks before a comic convention, you cannot physically sweat from wherever you've put that Dryclor stuff. So obviously you still have to have washes and you still have to use like normal deodorant or whatever, but you will not sweat a drop. And I use it for every comic convention, so I cannot physically sweat at Comic-Con.
Oh, this sounds amazing. Is it really expensive?
It's about £10 a bottle, but it does last you the year because you can't really use it all the time because you will just never sleep because of the pain.
I love this.
So,
oh wow, I've learned about something new. That's really cool.
Really, really good. And please, if you use it, message me because you'll go, yes, I understand why you call it Satan's kiss now.
I worry if I use this, it'll touch a part of my body and it will sting for years.
Oh, God, yeah.
Eddie, why would you put it there?
I'm not saying I want to put it there directly. I'm just saying things happen.
What is your thing swinging around and it hits your armpit and it's like, oh no, what have I done?
You go across the body and also it aerosol, so it like floats in the air a little bit.
Oh my God.
It's not an aerosol. It's like a wet thing. You have to like wipe one of those sort
okay.
of...
All right.
No, it's so itchy. So you'll want to scratch it and you'll scratch your armpit and then you'll scratch your nether areas. And yeah, you will cry.
Hang on. Can I...
You're over. It's over.
Catherine, one thing. From, I don't know if you've witnessed Carl doing this, but have you seen him use it himself and he's coming running out the bathroom going, I'm in pain!
He's used it once and went, that was too painful, Catherine. I am never doing that again.
Trust me, there are curious men out there who will put it there they will.
For the sensation, right? I think so. I agree with you, actually.
Not probably the sensation, but just go, how much could it hurt? There'll be some dumb fucker who'll do that.
Well, my sister used to use it on her forehead for Comic-Con because she sweats from her forehead like loads. And she was always complaining that all of her photos were quite shiny. So she just was unable to sweat from her forehead for like 2 weeks. And I was like, that can't be healthy.
Yeah, it must block your pores, right?
It just burns them away at Satan's piss. Anyway, but yes, etiquette. All cosplayers buy this product.
I love it.
Feel the burn. Miss out on the sweat.
I love it that you call it Satan's piss because I can imagine that's correct.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I recommend it to everyone, but you just have to deal with the pain. It's so painful. I'm so sorry, everyone, but it is worth it.
But wait, does it stop hurting the next day?
It stops hurting, and once you've done it for about 2 or 3 weeks, you kind of get used to the pain. So I don't.
Oh my God!
So I don't really feel the pain anymore of it or the itchingness. Like, 'cause I've used it for years since I was a kid. But everyone I've given it to as a recommendation has come back to me and gone, I can't cope. And I'm like, you just have to cope. Just 1 month. And trust me, it is worth it. But it is the cosplayer's dream deodorant because you cannot sweat.
I'm just stunned. Not because I've used it on myself. I'm just saying it's like
it's curious. I try it.
I would like to try because I do sweat profusely, like even the simplest things. Like I swear if I blink, I'm sweating. That's how easy it is for me to sweat. It's like, okay, so I witnessed my friend. I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast. I had a friend. I still have a friend. Yeah, I have a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. End of story. No,
I'm really happy for you, Eddie.
We're at uni. And my friend loves curry. And every time we go for a curry, he orders the vindaloo, wants the hottest thing he can. And he's mentioned this mythical curry called a thal. Anyway, we go to a pub and we sit down and we start ordering food. And he sees it on the menu as thal. And he goes, I'm ordering that. And throughout the whole evening, all we can see is he's eating. Oh my God, this is so nice. And I must have looked away for about half an hour and then looked back because I've then seen him still eating that meal, but he's slowing down, bite after bite. He's slowing down, and I'm looking at him going, "You're right there, mate." So, it's so painful, but it's so good at the same time. I can't stop. I mean, dude, just stop. And it's like he won't have it. He just will not let go. So I think he finishes it, and then we had to drive to another town for this meal. So I was driving back home, and every time we hit a bump, doom, doom, I went, "You right there?" He goes, "No, every bump is hurting me further." Oh, that's shameful. So I just swerve the car every so often, find every bump in the road, just to make his journey even more unpleasant. That's right, I'm that guy.
Oh, I know, I love it. I love pettiness.
I'm sorry, we've gone again. We veered off the conversation of cosplay etiquette of just body odor. Body odor.
Body odor and curry. Welcome to Comic Con.
Yeah.
MCM's new tagline.
Yeah, but Aisha, is that your biggest gripe? Is the body odor then, or is it the others?
I feel like a lot of, for example, your first ever con, a lot of youngsters come. I feel like a lot of them don't know any better, or a lot of people like who maybe are very like homestayers, so don't really go out often, maybe because they've got anxiety or they're shy, and maybe rely on the one cosplay and they just do that consistently. And I feel like also people are, like you were saying, people are quite polite in England and they won't say anything to you, but they're most likely moaning about it behind your back. But so you won't know any better. That's the problem. So I feel like it's one of those things we should talk about. And like even like what Catherine said, we should offer each other tips and stuff. If it was my friend and she was like sweating profusely, I would let her know privately and say, hey, got some spray, do you want to use it? Blah, blah, blah. Or I've heard of this new product, Dry Clear, you should try that one day. Mind the itching, but, you know, it's worth it, you know. I think people should be aware, because, I mean, especially when you're young, you sweat even more so because before puberty and all that. And it's worth, you know, swapping tips and stuff. But I mean, that was just one of my gripes. I think there's quite a few. I mean, that was quite personal to you as the person, as an attendee going to a convention. I've also got like another one. So being a cosplayer, you get approached for photos, right? So imagine there's a cosplay guest that you've been looking forward to see for like forever. They've come from abroad, they're wearing like the fanciest outfit you've ever seen. Guess what? Boundaries, guys. Just because they haven't got a SWAT team around them like a movie star doesn't mean, you know, you can go and you can like manhandle them, touch them, breathe on them. And I've seen it. People out of nowhere like coming from behind and grabbing them and like kissing them or whatever. It's not comfortable. You're an absolute stranger. And I think also with the heightened worry with COVID, it's not safe. There should be a little bit of distance. And even if you are their friend, at least be like, hi, let them recognize you, then engage. If they want you to have a handshake or a hug, that's cool. And also just like for photography and stuff, if they are sitting there fixing their outfit, or if they're on a break and they're eating something, or if you've caught them outside, they're having a sneaky cig, respect their boundaries, ask them for permission for a photo, but perhaps maybe wait for them to finish what they're doing and then do it after. They probably don't want you to put a really unflattering picture of them all over the internet of them, you know, eating a Yorkie bar, you know? It's one of those things. I feel, again, people forget. They get so, like, hyper and lose all, you know, social etiquette behind. I mean, have you had any experiences like that, Catherine?
Yeah, 100%. There was like, I was sat on the steps outside at MCM Comic Con eating a sandwich, and easily, I think about 3 people came up to me and asked if I could take a photo. And like, to be fair, they did ask, but I was just like, I'm eating a sandwich. Can you just give me 5 minutes to eat this sandwich? And I've had someone as well. I've had someone as well, like, because the Batgirl mask I have, it really cuts into my skin. So by the end of the day, I can't physically wear it. It hurts too much. And I took the mask off, and someone came up to me and was like, oh, can I grab a photo of you? Can you put the mask back on? And I went, look, I'm taking it off now. Like, I'm not going to have any more photos. I'm really, really sorry, but I'll be back tomorrow. And they're like, oh, just put the mask on. It's just one photo. And I'm like, okay, I've already said no. You need to understand that I have finished now for the day. I am emotionally, physically, and mentally exhausted. Just when a cosplayer says no, like, you know, cosplay is not consent, all that, just no. Which is why I designed badges that say cosplayers are taking a break, and I wear my badge, and I'm like, aha, look at my badge.
No, it's 100% agreed. And I've had situations where, like, for example, I've been in Japan, right? And I've seen cosplayers, or I've seen people in Lolita outfits, and I've politely gone to them and gestured towards, can I take a photo? And they've gone no, and they've done the X thing.
Yeah.
And you just have to accept it, because it might be just that they're dressing for themselves, and they don't want you to post pictures of them. Their family might find out. Maybe it's something they, might get in trouble for. So that too, there's cultural reasons behind stuff as well, and I think people need to chill.
Yeah.
But like I said, people get super excited. But as you've said, I mean, I have been one of those people. I've gone up to people and it's been more of a funny gesture, like they're drinking McDonald's drink and they're just chilling, and I'm like, can I have a picture of you drinking? And actually some people have gone, oh, yeah, that's fine, and I've done it, taken a picture. I've accredited them if they wanted me to or not, and then Bob's your uncle, it's fine. But yeah, once they've said no, they've said no, that's it, cool, move on. It's not the end of the world. Eddie, have you been in a situation like that?
Just
from the other perspective as the photographer.
I forgot that you're an interviewer. You've just gone into interview mode. You do know that.
Well, I mean, it wasn't for me to come and have a speech, I want to know everyone's perspective.
No, that's right. No, that's right. I wanted to actually interject with 2 points there. Right, so basically, I can understand from a photographer's point of view, regardless if it's with a mobile phone or a DSLR camera. I can understand the need to get that photo, because there's been so many times when I wanted to get a photo and I was like, oh, I'll come back for that person. You just never see that person. Comic-Con's a huge place. It'd be very hard to track that, re-see that person, unless it is always that one person you see throughout the whole day. There's always that one person you see, you go, I keep seeing you. Why do I keep seeing you? Like, stop following me. And you're like, you try to go different directions, but you end up seeing each other again throughout the day. Anyway, so I think it's on that point, that's why they're a bit persistent about trying to get that photo. What was the other point I was going to make? Oh, shit. What was it? Oh, fuck. I had it and it's disappeared now. Oh. No, it's gone. It's gone. But no, I can understand the. Oh, that's it. I've got it now. No. It's about not understanding cosplayers when you took the mask off. Yeah. I have this thing. So I keep saying this. I drop it into podcasts. I have cosplayed in the past because I wanted to understand what it was like to be a cosplayer and why people do it. I get it, but I also now get that the pressure of trying to get that costume done and things like that, wearing it can be exhausting. And that's why I want to encourage more photographers to try to do cosplay, not like wardrobe cosplay. That's I'm not saying that's not real cosplay. That's too easy. You can easily just be comfortable in that. And I can understand if you're trying to still dual role as a photographer, you've got to be comfy clothes. If you're going to cosplay, just build or buy, manufactured cosplay, whatever you want to call it and do it. But understand what it's like to be in the shoes of a cosplayer, so that as a photographer, you will learn better and understand why when someone says no, it's probably not directed at you. It is something about them. They've gone, I need a break, or I need this, and I just need a break from everything. I don't think photographers really appreciate why people have such a, in their eyes, an attitude, when actually it is just, I need relief from wearing this cosplay.
I would butt in as well there that it's good that you did that, and it's also something that they do at Disneyland. So you can't work as a character. You can't work as an ACC, which is the person that looks after characters, unless you have been a character, because you need to understand how horrible it is to wear the costume. And so it is that same thing. Like, you need to be able to understand how uncomfortable and horrible and sweaty and hot and everything it is before you can come out of that situation and then photograph someone and look after that person. It's just, it's a really awesome thing that you have done that, so you can better understand cosplayers and you understand how well they can move and everything.
Yeah. I can't remember what possessed me to do it, but I did it, and I'm glad I did, so that I can, like I said, just have a better appreciation of it, so that, like now when people come up to me for photos and either like, oh, Eddie, I know I promised you this costume, but actually it's gone all wrong. Okay, that's fine. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not a big deal, because I know like, I do hate con crunching, so I would rather someone say, I'm going to stop doing this so that I can have a better time at the Comic Con, rather than trying to rush it just to get photos with me. Like,
Yeah.
there'll always be another time. It may not be with me as a photographer, but you can either organize a shoot with that photographer, or you'll go you wear that costume for another event. I know maybe you're trying to like catch the hype train of a certain franchise that's coming. Like, I'm assuming this coming May MCM, I'm going to see fuck ton of Wednesday's cosplay, and they're going to see that fucking dance routine. So,
Oh yeah.
hands down with my hands.
That's a good
hands.
show.
Like, oh, whatever. So I do want to watch it, but because of that meme or whatever you want to call it, I'm really put off by it. So I'm going, ugh. So,
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, any other etiquettes you want to add to that, Aisha?
Oh yeah, one more. I think this one's
God.
for you, Eddie.
What have I done? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
No. This one is like for all the photographers out there, amateur and professional. Photo sniping, it 100% sucks, and you need to be polite and respectful to everyone. And I say this as a person who uses my phone camera. I will be queuing to politely for a cosplayer and waiting to get a photo. To have someone with a massive DSLR swinging his tripod and go, yeah, I'm taking pictures with them, and it's like, hold on a minute, I've been queuing up, but I'm going to take a minute compared to you and your half an hour photo shoot. So from my perspective, it's like, hold on, we're all the same. I think we all need to respect that rule, and I totally get it. I've seen it where people do, like, they ask them to pose and do this, and then someone else comes in and takes pictures, or asks them to do the same thing, or interrupts. Okay, not everyone can do bookings with cosplayers. I think, you're lucky if you do bookings and you find them, because, like, for example, us three have all been to London, MCM, Expo, Comic-Con, whatever the new name is, and the hall for XL is massive. The outside bit is chaos. Sometimes they bar it up with the tape. Sometimes they don't. So it's like, you don't know. It's flick of the coin. Can you get there? Can you not? Is there going to be a crisis where we're all sardines and we're stuck there for 45 minutes in the hall? You don't know. So getting to do these photos, sometimes you don't have that luxury unless you have booked it and you've told them to meet you, I don't know, on the cruise ship outside the XL or in a private area away from the event. Fair enough. But I think we all have to be fair to each other. And now you can interject with all your points. I know you're dying to, Eddie.
Well, I was going to say that I forgot that I've done podcasts on this, so if you want to hear like fuller, rantier answers, go listen to them. I'll try to remember to put in the podcast description. But no, absolutely 100%. Like, I totally understand about, I've literally got my mobile phone here. Give me literally 30 seconds up to a minute to take my photo and I'll piss off. I totally understand.
Yeah.
Like, people who come up to me with I can see their cell phone. Sorry, I work in American schools, so I've used cell phone. When they use their mobile phones, I can see it in their hands. They say, "Oh, can I take a picture?" Yeah, go for it. Because I know I will be there for about 5-10 minutes more with the model, and they'll just take a quick picture and then go. Like, and it gives me time to also think, like, oh, what can I do? So actually, sometimes it can be beneficial just to have that 1 minute break, just to do that. But I mean, people know I've done a whole episode about sniping. It boils my blood as much as people not letting people off the train first. God damn it!
It all comes back. It's a big circle.
Big circle. No, but it's just like, I just absolutely hate it. It's just like, oh, come on, people. It's just like, but I think I made a point on that podcast. It might be that there are people who are just a bit scared or just awkward to ask someone. So if they see someone else do it, they go, there's my quick opportunity, and I don't want to interrupt. I just want a quick picture, bam. But obviously, from the other side of the divide, shall we say, it's very rude. It's impolite. You're meant to. You wouldn't like it if someone took a photo in a public space. Even though legally it's fine, you can do that, but you also have the legal right to go, no, can you delete that? So that right is still the same at a convention. Also, it does say in their rules you have to get their permission. So if someone takes that picture without your permission, you can actually, well, I wouldn't say slap them hard, but you're breaking the guidelines, the rules of Comic-Con.
Oh, I did not know that.
See, it's written really tiny on the website or on the ticket somewhere like that. So yeah,
You
so,
learn
yeah.
something new every day with Eddie.
Every day's a school day. I'm very acutely aware that Catherine hasn't had a go, and I've got one more thing I want to talk about, which might be controversial. So I'm gonna let Catherine talk, and then we'll talk about her little thing on her mind.
Oh, okay, awesome. I just wanted to talk about when is it, well, not so much when is it okay to leave the cosplay scene, but how does that make everyone feel, and when do they feel like they will be doing it? Because recently I have been going, not that I don't want to cosplay anymore, I still want to cosplay, but I just don't feel the uncontrollable desire that I want to do it at every single comic convention. And I think this will be the last year that I do it for anything other than MCM London. So I think as of next year, MCM London will be the only Comic Con I go to as a cosplayer. Everything else I'll probably be as a tabling for comics. And it kind of makes me a bit sad that I'm kind of walking away a bit from that scene. But I think I'm done with making big cosplays. I just want to do something really simple, something really small. And I just want to enjoy the atmosphere more than having loads of photos taken and having to make content and having to do photo shoots. I just kind of want to see people and say hello and eat a sandwich.
I totally understand where you're coming from. I think people's attitudes change from the moment they join the cosplay community, and either change how they see the community or how they leave the community. For ages, I want to do a podcast about quitting cosplay, and I did do one a couple of episodes ago, but I feel like there's a bigger story behind that. There's a bigger reason why someone would do that, but it's very hard to ask someone to talk about cosplay because you don't know if it's a very triggering subject for them.
It can be very intimate, and there could be so many things behind it. I understand.
Exactly, and you don't want to be dredging up the past, so they don't want to be talking about it and things like that. I totally understand about that. I wouldn't want to do that for that person. So it's very hard to fight someone who would truly talk about why they quit. It might mean they quit because they just fell out of love with it, which is fine. But like I said, it could have been a really triggering. It's like they could have got bullied.
Yeah.
The cosplay community got very competitive, things like that. And I don't want to be like asking someone to talk about that and then go, oh shit, this has brought back some anxiety for me. Oh no, this is not what I mean. This is not what I wanted.
Yeah. I think that it is right. Like people join and start cosplay for certain reasons. Luckily, I didn't start cosplaying because of any horrible reason, and I'm not leaving the cosplay scene because of any horrible reason. I just feel like I'm not. I don't know. I just feel like I haven't got the time for it or the energy or anything anymore with it. I still enjoy it, but I don't want to spend weeks and weeks making a cosplay when there's lots of other things I want to be doing. And I find it so kind of draining making a cosplay and then it getting no real recognition or views. And I hate that that's what it's become now.
I kind of see where you're coming from, because also when you start cosplaying, you might have started it when you were a lot younger, so you have a lot more time.
Yeah,
and you're more at home. Whereas once you've started going conventions, you've made more friends, you're a little bit more independent. And then so many years after, you then eventually, those friends that you've made through cosplay, you meet outside of cons, and then the con has a kind of a different feel. I think I've had that to and fro, and I know a few people who've been like that too. But you're right, just like you, it's like when you get a bit older, you get a bit more. I can't really walk around in those ridiculously 10-inch heels around the XL for 8+ hours. I mean, now I feel it after about 3 hours, and I'm like, right, we've done that one photo shoot, kicks it off. And honestly, I'm notorious for being the person who wears the trainers everywhere, and then if someone wants a picture, I put the shoe back on and then back in my trainers. Or now, I mean, I rarely cosplay these days unless it's comfy. I've done my I feel like I've done my time wearing the uncomfortable armor, like you said, where it cuts into you, and you got marks, you got your war battle scars for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And it's like I think we is done now. But also, like you said, it's because once you've committed to cosplay, especially at a certain convention, it really is hard to get around and actually do stuff if you wanted to do stuff there. There's some events, like notoriously Hyper Japan is an event people like to cosplay at. Why? Because they used to have the World Cosplay Summit there. They don't have that there now. So now I've seen a decline in cosplayers there. Whereas MCM's hit and miss. You might actually want to go there because you want to get autographs. You might want to buy stuff. It's massive. But you can't really get around much because every 10 steps, can I take your picture? Can I take your picture? And I think the first few times, it's great, right? And it feels really nice for your confidence and your ego. But after a few years, it gets old then, doesn't it, Catherine?
Yeah, obviously it's awesome that people love your cosplay, and
Yeah.
I will probably never stop doing Squirrel Girl because I just love cosplaying her. But like my next couple of cosplays I was thinking of doing are just the easiest, comfiest things ever. Like they're not even like full big things. Like the next one I'm planning on doing is Pachita from Chainsaw Man, which is just the dog.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just some dungarees and a little chainsaw on my head. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's comfy. I can wear my Converse. I can walk around. I can take photos. And I don't feel like I'm going to be bombarded all day. And I can just people watch. And I feel happier doing that now that I'm a bit older. And as you say, I just don't have the time for it anymore to be making a new cosplay for every convention. And
oh, I think we missed one point. Very expensive as well, right?
It's so expensive. Like I was looking at Majika Madoka cosplay, and it was just going to be like £100, £150, well, £100 for the cosplay. Then you got the shoes, the wig, the makeup. It's easily going to be about a £200 cosplay. And as someone that's trying to like save and buy a house, I'm having to go, okay, do you want a house, Catherine, or do you want to buy a new magical girl cosplay? And I'm like, I want a magical girl cosplay. So I feel like I'm having to make these very adult decisions now, and it's making me realise that maybe my time as being a cosplay influencer, I hate that word, but is done. And I'm happy to accept that it's done now.
Can I interject?
Yeah, go for it.
So wild.
I think you've got to be happy with what you're doing. And I think you know deep down that you know the difference between a smile and a smile. When you're happy and you're doing it, it comes naturally. When you're forcing that smile to the outside world, deep down you know it's just not the same as it used to be. And like I've said this many times, you do what you feel right for you. If you feel like you need to do con crunch it in the middle of the night, fine, whatever. If you want to do cosplay competition, fine. If you want to be that competitive cosplayer, fine. If you want to be the first one to do this character before everyone else jumps on the bandwagon, fine. You do you, boo. But at the end of the day, you've got to be happy with doing it. If you are literally crying and you get anxiety attacks, things like that, then you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it truly worth it? And that would be the thing that I'd be saying to people if someone asked me that question. And it sounds like, Catherine, you are coming to that realization that it's not like you want to quit cosplay, you don't want to leave cosplay, but your priorities have changed now. So therefore, what makes you happy of doing cosplay is not what it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's easier for me because I make comics. So I would never stop going to comic conventions. I would just enjoy them in a different way. Like I'd enjoy them through tabling. But like the last 2 or 3 conventions I've done, we've been doing them with like Doctor Doom and Loki, and they're just such big cosplays that I can't enjoy the con because I'm having to constantly like fix stuff off the cosplay. And this is why I always want to do like small cosplays now. Like you say, Pachita and maybe like Mob from Mob Psycho. And it's just, and Morty, they're just easy and I can just be cool and just chill. But I just think it's interesting I never thought I'd quit cosplay. And so now I've hit this moment and I'm going, wait, people leave the cosplay scene. People, what do they do after this?
I think that's the biggest worry about for some people. It's like they don't know what to do after cosplay. Like they feel empty. But like I said, I think some people do leave cosplay because they start a family. Like you said, they bought a house and things like that. They make a career out of it, like going to the film industry, things like that. So people do leave the community for good reasons, but at the same token, it's like there are some people who stay for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just becoming so much with TikTok and social media now. Like, I left working as a social media manager because I hate social media more than life itself. And I hate life. And now I'm going into cosplay, and it's just constantly, you need to post this new TikTok, you need to do this new trend, you need to do that, and it's draining. And I miss the days when I was a kid doing a cosplay, and it was just you dress up, you go to the comic convention, and you go home.
No, totally 100%. I'm noticing the time, so I just want to
Oh yeah, let's go.
No,
yeah,
I was just going to say, is there any other questions as the interviewer? Did you want to ask any more questions?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, are you sure? Because
that was Catherine's segment anyway. Catherine, anything else you'd like to add?
But you're taking over the interview stage every so often. So I thought
I was giving you a break because you've been coughing your guts out. I'm letting you mute so you can get some water.
Oh yeah. What else? No. I'm kidding. Right. Okay. So actually, this comes off quite nicely off back of Catherine's one. So I have, from time to time, I thought about quitting food and cosplay and ending it. And actually, to be fair, 2023 wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to be food and cosplay anymore. I might have reinvented myself in a different way for 2023, but I thought, do you know what? Everyone knows me as food and cosplay. Even though if I tried to change my identity, people still call me food and cosplay. So I just thought, do you know what? I'll keep it as it is. But the other thing I started thinking about is I had literally it was a flash thought that popped into my mind, and I don't know if people would care about it enough as much as I do. I've always thought food and cosplay I've always seen it as a platform for cosplayers to, send me photos, share about, or to contact me, say, oh, would you mind sharing this and sharing that? But like Catherine said the other day, it's like just a moment ago, it's like I'm getting to a point now where it's not like I don't care any less about anyone else's cosplay. It's like I don't have the energy to keep doing all the cosplay shares that I do for other people. I'm happy to do my own, and I know that sounds selfish, but it's my brand. I feel like I'm allowed to be selfish, but I'm close to dropping that side of food and cosplay of sharing other people's work. I'm really close to just doing all content, food and cosplay, Eddie, stroke Eddie stuff. And I wonder if anyone would really care if that stopped. If I stopped sharing other people's stuff, or people would go, yeah, that's fine, it's not a problem. Because there are other cosplay blog sites that are out there, and all right, there are some who just take the images, put it on their own feed, and people get angry about that, and I don't understand that as well. And I tend to use the links and just make sure that it's clickable back to their site. But at the same time, I feel like I'm putting all this effort in, and I'm getting, and I don't
zero
know.
Back.
I'm not saying getting zero back. I don't know if I'm getting the satisfaction I used to get, because I used to get people that message me and go, oh, thank you very much for sharing my work. It's really appreciative, like that. But nowadays it feels like, I'm not saying people are being selfish, that they think, oh, it's a God-given right, their work gets shared. But because there's so much sharing sites out there now, like I said, and there's some that
Eddie, they think you're a bot.
They think that they scrape the images and then put it up there themselves. It's like, I don't know if I can be bothered anymore. It's like, I'm not saying I'm not saying I want that recognition. I'm just saying the effort I'm putting in, I don't know if I'm not, like I was saying earlier, I'm not smiling no more about it anymore. I love seeing other people's work, and I might just, from occasion, just hit that retweet button on Twitter. That's all I really mainly do, is I retweet on Twitter, and then I do an occasional cosplay share on our website, which I might carry on with the one article, but like the Twitter stuff, I might just stop and just keep it as the two things I do on the website. Like, I pull a cosplay story from my friend who's allowed me permission to take his cosplay stories, called his blog is called Cosplay in America. Egan, I love him. He's a great guy. He does great cosplay interviews. I tried to set that out myself in the UK, but no one wanted to share stories, and I didn't have the the energy to go and ask people, and yet, so I thought I'll just use theirs one, and I thought that might give people confidence. Oh, I want to be featured, but no, people don't want to. So I'm like, well, not say don't want to, people don't volunteer, shall I say? And I'm like, and I used to then do, when I do my cosplays we like, would actually do a Instagram post about it, say, oh, these people feature in this post, and some reply, some don't. Some get really angry and said, oh my god, I can't believe you featured me. And I went, what? Hang on. Why are you angry? I'm featuring you in a site that has zero cost to you, zero effort.
Yeah.
And in a positive way.
Yeah, and I'm like, I've done the work for you. I'm not actually scraping the image. It still links back to your Instagram page. You know, what can I do? So it's sometimes I get those type of messages back. I'm going, what? Why do I bother with these type of feedback? So I'm like, yeah. So that's where I'm at the moment, and I'm just wondering from you two, if you saw that I stopped sharing other people's work, would you miss it?
I think I'd enjoy it more knowing it was all your work. Like, I follow you because I like you and I like your work. And I think you'd be able to enjoy it more, and you'd be able to have more time for you, and it would all be positive. I think that's a good idea too. But then again, I'm retiring at 28 apparently. I just love doing nothing. No, I think that's probably a good way to go, and to just focus on your stuff. That's what I think.
Yeah. I'm not saying I deserve it. It's just a thought that crept in my mind, and like I said, I'll never stop looking at cosplay work and other people's work. I'd get really excited from seeing other people's work, but
yeah,
I'm getting to a point now where I'd just rather just share my own work, so that then everything on my feed is my work on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, because Facebook and Instagram are practically my own work anyway now.
Yeah, but you could always just change it, so it's like a feature Friday. You share thing on that Friday instead of
I kind of I get that, but again, it's effort. Like you said, you're getting close to 30. I'm getting close to 40, and I can't keep doing this forever. There will be a day, and I keep saying it. There will be a day food and cosplay will have to stop. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep always going to Comic-Cons and doing 3 days worth of shoots, get photos back to people, and then me still being happy about it. I'm happy now. I am smiling. It does bring me joy. But there will be a day that I will have to stop because something has happened to my life.
Yeah, and you don't want to cause a burnout, and the burnout is the reason why you stop. You want to stop when you feel happy and ready, not because you have drained every bit of energy and you've given your whole life to something.
Yeah, like a natural progression. Yeah, like we were talking about leaving cosplay. But I mean, Eddie, at the end of the day, it's your blog, your publication, your company, your brand. You can do what you want. I mean, you first of all said they used to submit stuff to you, or is it literally you pick and choose now?
Oh no, I now pick and choose, because I used to do theme days. So I'll pick a theme so once a month I'll pick a theme. Like, 1 month would be Ruby, 1 month would be like DC, 1 would be Marvel, 1 will be Transformers maybe, or Sailor Moon type of thing. Like, those type of things, X-Men, whatever. And I would get some interest, but it got to a point where I was getting diminishing returns because people weren't. Because I would actually trick people to actually share out that post to people, so that other cosplayers would say, "Oh, if they
sharing it, then I should get involved." Yeah,
exactly. But that was starting to get diminishing returns now, so I just gave it up. And like I said, it took me about an evening or two to get that all set up through Facebook. And I'm just like, it's just the effort I put in just wasn't making me happy. That's why I dropped some features.
I mean, it's fair to say you did it. You had fun doing it. It's naturally come to that point where you're like, I don't have time to do all of this. I need to drop something. Then it's fine. Drop it. I mean, Catherine already said, and I 100% agree. We've met you. We've invested in you as a person and your skill as a photographer. We've come for your stuff. So even if you removed it, will people make a big deal? I don't think so, Eddie. Honestly, I don't. If anything, the times when I like your mixed posts is normally because you're having banter with your other friends who we know of, like for example Neil.
Mm-hmm.
I do love pictures when you just both take the piss out of each other. But that's you, but you're in the picture. That's the whole point. Yeah.
I know, 100%. I miss those days. He's now retired from the cosplay community.
Well, there you
So
there you go.
I feel like of my breed, I'm the last to like still stand, and I want to stand as long as I can.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think you've answered your own question. Before you get to a burnout where you have resentment towards the community, you might as well take control and make it maybe more of a, like you said, rather than doing 3 days shoots and then having to do this every single day, maybe cut it down somehow.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And I mean, to be honest, you're still happily doing your podcast. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, we haven't run away yet, so you know.
Yeah, we're still here. We love you.
So
thanks.
So, but there you go. So it's still going strong. And look, like you said, you're still smiling while you take pictures.
Yeah.
Take it whenever you want to. If there's an event you can't make, then don't go.
Yeah. No,
That's it.
Thank you. I know.
No, I'm just saying, man. Don't feel like you're obliged to because you have to.
No, but because I still do this because I love to do it. Like I mentioned a couple of podcasts ago, the website costs me £400 to run, and I get
a month.
No, a year.
Okay, that's not the worst.
It's not the worst.
If you said a month, I'd be like, cut that dead horse down.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. So I know you're thinking about it because you could spend that £400 elsewhere.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. So
I agree. That's another. What I mean, I guess after a few years, that's another camera. I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm really eyeing up a new camera. That's the sad thing. But yeah, it's just like. Yeah, it's just a thought that, like I said, a flash thought in my head. It might happen, it might not. That I will stop sharing other people's work. I'll still continue doing, sharing my own stuff. But again, for how much longer? That's the question. I want to go as long as I can, but I won't live forever. I know that for a fact. So yeah. God, it feels like I'm like giving a eulogy to my own career. I'm not.
No, right? I was just saying, like, happy podcast, so we should both quit. Let's
at least have one line happy thought from all of us to end it. So, Aisha, you start.
I think. We've come to a point where conventions shouldn't be a job, it should be fun, and we can find a new aspect to a convention. So rather than just quitting, find a new way to reinvent ourselves. It's like when you see a familiar face over and over, but you can't quite place it, but actually it's because they've moved on from being a cosplayer to a dealer, to perhaps behind the scenes of managing a cosplay event. You never know, guys. You never know, Eddie, Catherine.
I have literally no idea what you're getting at. I'm just gonna just nod to it.
Eddie, you're useless. Bigger picture. Bigger picture.
I just want to sleep more. I just want to be need left
alone.
Yeah,
let us sleep. Why won't you let us sleep?
Get up and do some work. Let me gets the whip out. Whoosh.
Look, we were retiring.
Mom, I just want to sleep. I want to eat candy and watch TV and play games.
I just want to take photos and have a nap.
Okay, well, that's Aisha's one. Catherine.
I don't really have. I'm not a quotey person, but this is the year of the MCM's 25th anniversary or something, or 20th anniversary. So I think this year's comic conventions, this year MCM May or London, I think it's going to be May, is going to be something spectacular, I think. I think they're going to go all out for it, and I'm really excited to see what they do for their anniversary. So you will see me there. I will bring Squirrel Girl for that one. But after that, I'm going to have a big nap.
Guys, I will say I saw one announcement that did actually genuinely make me excited inside. they're bringing the old original cast of Pokemon for a reunion.
Yes, I saw something about
I was
that.
like, childhood feels.
Oh, they better do like a big sing-along of the original theme song.
Oh my god, hell yeah.
Oh, I would be there.
That'd be so nice.
Yeah. So what about you, Eddie? What is your words of wisdom, happiness in your old age?
I hate to say this. Throughout this whole podcast, I've been applying for Press Pass for the events of MegaCon Live, Birmingham, and MCM London. So that's my good news, is that I am making progress with that. So
okay, that's a good shout.
So yeah, so hopefully I'll be there. Boom!
Yay! Hopefully I'll be at MCM Birmingham as well. I mean, MegaCon Birmingham.
Oh really? Oh, I think I'll have to rescind my my application.
You can pretend all you want. I know that you love me, Eddie. I
know. And on that note, we're going to end the podcast. Ladies, thank you very much for being on the podcast. Thank you for just having a good chat. Well, it's. I always keep saying this. I find it that we're at Comic-Con, we don't talk enough, we don't chat enough, we don't converse together enough. So it's just nice to actually sit together and just chat like this and just talk about stuff, especially my mindless chat about I was going to say car etiquette, train etiquette. That's all I want to say.
Whenever I see a train, I'll think of you.
Any angry people running by headbutting, oh my god, I'm going to know it's Eddie. They'll be wearing a face mask and grumbling.
Yep, that'll be me. On that note, Aisha, where can they find you on the social medias?
See, I'm terrible. I got all my social medias at different times, so I missed out the same tag on every single thing. You can find me on Twitter as at Aisha, AISHA _anime, ANIME. Again, you can find me as Aisha Anime on Facebook, and what's the other one? Oh yeah, Instagram, Aisha _kicks _ASS, because I do in fighting games. Otherwise, see you around at conventions.
Yeah, boy. I don't know. Catherine, where can they find you on the social medias?
Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, I am Kitty's Cosplay 94, and on Twitter, I am K Hemmings 94. Yeah, and I'll see you at comic conventions as well. Come say hi. Give me a high five.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I don't.
We're not all negative like you, Eddie.
Shut, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
And give me a dry.
Okay, bye.
Jesus Christ. All right. If people need to find me on the social medias, go to foodandcosplay.org/links. That's where you'll find all my social media links there. If you go to foodandcosplay.org/podcast, you'll find previous recorded podcasts with these two, plus others with different topics, actual cosplay topics. And I need to do a review of Wakanda Forever. I only just recently watched that, so we need to do that.
That's on Disney now, right?
Yeah, I watched it last night. It's I've got
mixed feelings.
Yes, and I'll leave it at that. Hopefully, I'll get to talk about it. What else? Who else? What else? If you go to Food Cosplay, generally you'll find daily cosplay photos that I've taken myself at Comic-Con, and sharing other people's work for the time being. Watch this space. And if you go to patreon.com/foodandcosplay, you can help donate money to it. It will go back into either funding the podcast platform, because again, I'm paying for that, the website and things like that. But as I keep saying, if you can't afford it, don't worry. I know we're going for a cost of living crisis. I'd rather you spend your money on food or cosplay, whatever you want. Okay, so don't worry about me. I'll be fine. And and on that note, I think we're going to say goodbye. So thank you very much one more time for being on the podcast, especially at this late notice. So today's Monday. I'm going to edit Tuesday. It'll be out on Wednesday. So that's how quick I'm going to have everything turned around. So yes. So I'm going to say goodbye, and they're going to say bye. So bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
Fuck you, Eddie.